So while we're waiting for Larry, Vicki, why don't you give us, let us know what's happening with the gun show this weekend? Do you know if they're going to be able to have that?
To the go. The one in Syracuse, they're canceling because it was down to 25%, but sounds like ours is going to be okay.
Okay. Is that because it's in a different county?
I don't know.
We're not hearing you, Vicki.
Uh-oh.
I want to move over to Richard. Richard, you had that gun show a couple weeks ago up in Crown Point. How did that go?
We had, I believe, 36 petition signers when we were in Crown Point. It was pretty good. We had a lot of people come over from Illinois, and man, I mean, you hear how bad it is in that state, but you know, to actually hear it from the people that live there compared to what you see online, it's like night and day. My goodness, but it was pretty good. John Donka kind of was overseeing and running that whole thing. And I think that was his first gun show, so he was, you know, a little passive as far as communication with people, but handed out a lot of business cards, and we did pretty good. I had a gentleman, I got him so fired up when money was done. Not only did he sign the petition, but he gave me a gold Trump coin.
Oh, really?
I was like, hey, thanks.
Wow.
But it was pretty fun.
Yeah. Now, was that just you and John that worked the table there?
No, actually, Larry came up and was there on Saturday with us all day.
Okay.
So we kind of watched how he was, and he was a little more aggressive, assertive with people, and he stopped everyone that walked in front, you know, and he reached out to him, and
yeah,
he would hold up a little business. Hey, are you familiar with Convention of States? And when somebody would grab that little business card from Larry, he'd still have his fingers on the other end, so he held on to him. So he kind of dated, and but it was pretty good, you know. So we kind of watched him a little bit, and then I was like, all right, watch how he reels this guy in. And then with his sales pitch and whatnot, and I end up, you know, that little petition platform he made, I ended up with it.
Oh,
because
okay.
he left it there for Sunday. And then I told him I needed 2 more built, you know, to purchase them, because I wanted one for myself, and I wanted one to put in our kit that's being held by Rick in South Bend.
Okay.
So I went down last Friday. I drove the supplies down to Kokomo, and I helped Larry set the booth up, and he just let me keep that.
Oh, okay.
So I have the petition signing platform that he made, the one that he made and stained.
Oh yeah, that's very nice.
They had in Indy, so I was like, well, you know, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, is he going to make another one?
I hope so, because I actually petitioned for 2. And with the price of lumber, I told him I paid for the lumber, so, you know, I could get one and we could get one in the box. But, yeah, he's already made another one, and he's improved the design,
okay.
I guess. But, yeah, it's in the works.
Okay, good. Yeah, that really helps to have something so people don't have to bend over so much, you know, to sign. It makes it a lot more convenient. And so that's a plus. That's for sure to have that. And that's the first time that I think John has done anything other than maybe sign up a few of his neighbors. So that's really good. I really appreciate the fact that you were able to encourage him to get, become active.
Well, we had talked about it. The difficult thing for John is he works in Elkhart and lives in the Hobart area, so he goes back and forth between 2 time zones.
Oh.
So living in Central and working in Eastern, and as far as out there, he's kind of way out there, and he's on his own, being in that area,
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But yeah, he's doing well.
Oh, if he has to go all the way to Elkhart, that's a pretty long drive too.
Yes, it is. But that's, I guess, for where he's living, that's what he wanted to do. So, more power to him.
Yeah, my son lives in Elkhart. He works in Goshen, so he has a little bit of a drive, not that far, but he's going the same direction. He's going east in the morning and west in the afternoon. Where does John work anyway?
I don't know. He has an office job somewhere. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Okay.
We didn't discuss the careers much. We kind of went over just the convention estate stuff, and all the people from Illinois are so angry. That was kind of like our conversations mostly.
Yeah. Okay.
And we talked about Convention Estates University. Unfortunately, we didn't have internet access there in Crown Point because I had my Chromebook and I was hoping to get some, university stuff done, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah. Okay. So, Vicki, are you tuned in again?
Pardon?
Are you tuned in? Can you talk?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now.
All right. I called Fred Dennison, and he's going to come to the gun show and work on Sunday.
Okay. That's good.
So he's still active somewhat. Phil Waldorf is going to come, I think I told you, on Friday and help us set up and work Friday.
Okay.
And then I've got that. I think I'm pretty full, so. Have you looked at it?
Looked at what?
Have you looked at the schedule?
No, let me pull it up here. I'll take a quick look. Okay, so Carrie DeGroff is going to come up too?
Yes.
And George? Okay. Okay, and Ed. Oh, you got a lot of people on the schedule. Okay. Gary Spielman. Okay, that looks really good.
Yeah, I got a lot of people. I called everybody, and so we'll get a little bit out of all of them.
Yeah. Well, one of the best things to do at these is just having people, all the volunteers, get acquainted with each other. Some of these people will have never met, and the ability to get them connected with each other is really important, and it's going to help us going forward to have people who kind of feel like they know each other and have worked together on something. So that's really good, outstanding to have accomplished that. How about Thomas? Give us an update on your recovery here. How you doing?
Who?
You may have to unmute yourself. We're not hearing you.
I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. I've finished up all my physical therapy. Now it's just for in home. My surgeon has canceled today is we're supposed to went to see the surgeon today, but he canceled because of it's some virus, and that's pushed out to the 15th of December.
Okay.
And but I'm still wearing my turtle shell.
Okay.
I'm still wearing that, but other than that, I feel pretty good.
Good.
Except for I have problems with my left leg.
Okay.
My left eye's numb. It's been numb for, I believe, ever since surgery.
Oh, gee.
And the last 2 weeks was not a very good time. I mean, pain just went up and down the leg, and we just we took more pain pills last week than we ever had.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah. But other than that, we're just starting back, trying to keep ourselves awake during the day, working on the follow-up tool and the district dashboard.
Okay. Is this recovery within the range of what they expect to have with after this kind of surgery?
Yeah. The full recovery won't be done until they said it would be a year.
Yeah.
It's a full recovery. But yeah, I believe our friends up at the government called Medicare kind of pushed they only pay for so much during the year. And I blew that whole thing right out of the water. I mean, so the next year we'll probably get a new round of Medicare expenses.
Okay.
But we're just watching the nightmare going on down in Georgia. I read on Fox News is that these people the Californians are going to invade Georgia and become residents just to vote in the runoff. And I myself, one of the people that run the elections down there said, well, if they're thinking they're just going to come down here and vote and then turn around and head home, you have another thing coming. We'll go after them. So that was a threat from them. And I believe every state should look at their voter laws, their residency laws, and and states say, hey, not supposed to come into the state to vote or to move into the state you can move into the state between an election and a runoff, but you can't vote.
Well, my son lives in Georgia, and apparently, if you could go down there and rent an apartment, but you have to show utility bills and things like that to indicate that you actually intend to live there, and you're not just there as a carpetbagger. So, we'll see.
I read all that. I've been looking that up ever since I read this thing. I said, what makes a resident?
Yeah.
I mean, just because you have a month's worth of bills, and you need that month's worth of bill to get your down there your Georgia ID.
Yeah.
So they might not be able to vote anyway, but they can even get down there.
Well, I hope they can't, because it's crazy to let people move in. I don't know if you know it or not, but 4 years ago, uh, I think Hillary won New Hampshire by about 4,000 votes, and they said thousands of people drove over from Massachusetts to New Hampshire, and you can just register and vote that day, a provisional ballot, and then within like 10 days or something, you're supposed to come back and show your proof of, with a driver's license or something like that from New Hampshire, but they don't know if people really, proved their residency or not. They could have just been counted anyway, and it seems like a way to steal an election if you can do that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's a certain party that doesn't care whether they play by the rules or not.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, you can tell it that you can tell that these people are ugly.
Yeah. I'm going to try sharing a screen. Let me see if this works. Can you guys see the training tracking sheet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, a couple people on there that should not be there still, but for the people that are in your district, like the new people, Phil Waldorf, Troy Chain in particular, want to try to get them to begin, get on track with their training and keep them moving along. So it might mean actually touching base with them, every few days. And I understand Stephen, Vicki, I think he's not going to start till January. Is that the plan?
With Steve Neese?
Yeah, Steve Neese.
Yeah, he said January.
Okay.
I put a note in there, but I think it's lower.
Okay. Yeah, we might need to update that.
And Phil Waldorf, I talked to George. I'm going to mentor him, so he's on my call list.
Okay.
And I figured I'm going to see him Friday anyway.
Yeah, that's good. Try to get him to, start and keep moving through that training. And if he doesn't do anything for a few days, give him a call or follow up with him something to try to make sure that he keeps watching those videos. Almost everything in that training program is done online, and so he just needs to know how to find the links and then watch the videos and then mark them as he gets done. So.
Well, George said he went over all that with him, but I'm not seeing that anything's been marked on his.
Okay, I see you're right. He hasn't marked that down yet. He needs to get that marked. And, well, I'm just drawing a blank now. Troy Chain and what district he is in. I think he might be in Region 9. So that's probably a guy that I need to follow up with.
You talking about Phil?
No, Troy Chain.
Oh, I don't know him.
I don't either. He's brand new. I think he is, he's down in Region 9, south of Indianapolis. But in any case, we want to get those folks moving along. And I want to I want to change the screen I'm sharing if I can. To the Mission Excellence Plan. Okay. So try to get with everybody that is in your region and get them to mark down what they have done or need to do before the state call, which is going to be tomorrow night. If you know they've done something and you haven't been able to contact them, you could go ahead and mark it on that sheet for them that they work the booth, information table, something like that. You can go ahead and mark it for them. Because Dale's going to want me to give him a summary from that sheet so that we can talk about it on the state call tomorrow night.
Looks like my people are all on there.
Okay, good.
I don't think Phil's on there. He doesn't know about some of this stuff. I don't think about how to do this sheet. He's not on there, but just like this gun show is going to be, well, it's November though.
Yeah. So the sheet should be updated, basically through today, and then on the December call, we'll have everything from between tomorrow and the December state call. One of the things I'd like you guys to be thinking about is what changes should we make, if any, to the Mission Excellence Plan. I'll try to pull that up, the worksheet for that. So, are there things on there that we should take off or new things we should add? I'd like to keep the sheet, as concise as possible. So, we've got on there doing the training, the monthly state call, attend a national call or webinar, log into the mobile app, and so on for general and training, building legislative relationships. Of course, we haven't done much of that in recent months because of the lockdown and the fact the legislature is not in session. But once January rolls around, that's an area that we'll be focusing on. If you have any thoughts about things we should add to that or take off of that or change, just let me know your thoughts. And the same for growing the grassroots. If there's something we should add or take off, let me know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, if you're going to have the regional captains filling out the district captain sheets for what we do, more of our stuff should be on there then.
Yeah, explain what you mean by that. We should have a district captains listed along with or the region captain listed along with the district captain. Is that what you're saying?
Well, we're filling out the same sheet, but some of the stuff we do is not on there, so George is like telling me to fudge it. So, like calling up all the district captains and things like that, that's not on there, and that takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Originally I had a separate Mission Excellence Plan sheet for region captains. Never really implemented it, particularly because, first of all, there's not as many region captains, and then I'm kind of in touch with people and know what you're doing. Would you like to have that sheet to fill out each month, or would you just want to leave it at the following up with your district captains? And I mean, if we talk every couple of weeks or so, I'll pretty much know what you're doing and who you're talking to. What do you think about that? Give me some feedback.
Is there anything on there? We can't do it now because of the COVID thing, but We used to get together, like for coffee or something like that.
Yep.
So all the regional captains or all the district captains can get together with their regional captain.
Yep.
That's not on there. I mean, we can't, like I said, we can't do it right now, but we're going to be able to do it again.
We think so.
Huh?
Yeah, we expect we will. What about, tell me, Richard, what's your thought about that? You want to have that region captain sheet to fill out each month, or what's your thought?
Well, what am I doing differently as a region captain that I'm not doing as a district captain? You know, I mean, as far as what we have on there, I fill that stuff out. I've been trying to shy away from the upper COS university courses because, well, I'm almost 70% complete. Now I'm doing legislative liaison and the upper stuff. Next thing you know, they're going to be asking me to do your job if I keep on training myself. But, no, hey, you know what? Everything that's on here, as far as meeting, mentoring others, if it says like mentoring a district captain or meeting with if I meet with a district captain or a regional captain, I just mark it off in that same spot. The only thing we can't really do is like, well, I haven't been the legislator relationship. That's out of my forte, especially when it comes to working with my House rep. He hasn't returned any calls or even emails. So let me see what else we have here. Mobile app, Citizen Builder. Now our convention states our action app. We haven't been getting any information through that app in a while. I see all our notifications are coming through Citizen Builder, right? I hear those, and I don't see much stuff coming through here. Attend other national weekly webinar. Well, we have one twice a month, so where do we put this meeting at?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would see different. Let me see what else on here. Calling radio stations, present to another group's meeting. That's all pretty much, yeah. There's not too much. I mean, for me personally, it's good the way for me.
Yeah. Okay.
I use it.
One of the things you guys can all do as region captain, you can feel free to be in contact with any legislator within your region, both House and Senate. So if the guy in your district, Richard, won't respond to you, you might look around and see if there's somebody else in your region that either is new or, we don't know. Wouldn't hurt to just reach out to them and say, hey, I'm with the Convention of States and I'm not acquainted with you. Wanted to know where if you're supportive of it, educate them a little bit.
I've actually looked into that. Well,
okay.
I've been looking into it because I've taken both regions that I have, and I've looked at every person we have for the House. I found out where they are, what towns and cities they oversee, and because between regions 1 and 2, I have a population of 1.4 million people, so I've got a good amount of House reps. But then what I need to do is go back and look and bounce that against, our 2016 legislation that was passed. I need to go and annotate who was there, who was a yay, who was a nay, who showed up afterwards, which that's my problem with Representative Jack Jordan. I tracked him down. I gave him a copy of Liberty Amendments. I tried talking to him about it, and he won't respond. He's pulling a Jackie Jaworski on me, But so I'm looking at that, and then I'm also going to try and tie that into our educational stuff because we talked about trying to get representatives, like if we do like the webinars in all the regions.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to tie those individuals because if I'm going to if I'm going to do the educational training through our regions, I want the representatives to have a chance to tie in and meet with and, talk with their constituents through the webinar and, strengthen that way as well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what I'm working on.
Okay, that sounds good. One of the things, let me give you a quick tip on the what's coming up. As we know, we just had elections. Paul Phillips is going to go through an update for the full Indiana House and Senate, who the new people will be in January, and is supposed to put together a list showing the ones who were supporters, the ones who are new, and so forth. So we'll have a new slate to look at, and we should have an outline showing us there, who supported us in the past. Always good to just kind of introduce yourself there and let them know we're still out here. We're still building the grassroots. Anybody that's new, we want to try to educate them and make sure they're going to be on board with us so that they're not leading a rescission effort or something like that, or listening to people who want to tell them that they should, rescind the passage of our resolution. So you could kind of, if you want, kind of hold your fire on that until Paul gets that list put together. I'm thinking that'll probably be done in the next 30 days or so. What I think I will do on this District Captain Mission Excellence Plan is I'm going to go through and make some modifications to this and make it for both district captains and region captains. So there'll be a few more items on there that'll be just pertain to region captains. Maybe take a couple of things off. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. And then there'll just be one sheet we'll be working from. I think that'll simplify things.
That'll be good.
And then you guys can you can be signing off, and your district captains within your regions can look and say, okay, well, my region captain has done all these things, and see, what you guys are doing as leaders and so forth.
All right. Has
when
anybody?
are you going to be going down to?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Vicki.
When are we going to be going down to the Capitol?
You can ask Paul about that on the state call tomorrow night. I assume he will plan a couple of trips, probably one in January, and then a second one either in February or March.
Okay.
But yeah, he should be putting together the plans for that and figure out who the targeted legislators are, which are going to be, again, new people primarily, and the committee chairs for the relevant committees. Those are the people that we most want to think about building a relationship with.
All right.
Okay. Any other questions, comments, thoughts? If not, I think we can wrap up here.
I just wonder what's going on with Larry. We haven't heard anything about the gun show. Nothing.
Yeah, I talked to him Saturday night, and on Saturday he said he'd gotten about 40 petitions, and
whoa.
So they had a good day on Saturday, and he thought it would probably be slower on Sunday, but I haven't heard anything, so I'm not sure what's going on. I will try and give him a call. I shot him a text, but didn't hear anything back, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Hopefully he'll be on tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't have a family emergency or something.
Oh. All right.
All righty. Any closing comments, Thomas?
Closing? No, I don't have any closing comments.
I thought you'd have some words of wisdom for us.
Well, I always have, before last year, I always ran into the legislators that didn't want to, they're willing to talk to you, but they didn't want to really commit. And when I called their assistants, like the ones down in the Region 9 and 8, it's like, oh, well, we'll let them know. Yeah, let them know sometime. I, as long as you try, as long as you try to get a hold of the people, it's okay.
Yep.
I mean, you can't hold their hands.
Well, one of the things that's probably good to tell them is that we're not going away. We're going to be there bugging them in the future. Let them know that. And
that's right. Okay.
All right.
You guys have a nice day. I probably will see you tomorrow if I'm not asleep. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Thomas. All right, I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night then.
All right, good night, everybody.
All right, good night now.